Hello, and welcome to the Smithsonian on American Workplace Dynamics. I'm your guide. I'll be taking you through 8 different exhibits that really unpack um, what organizational behavior is and how it affects workplace dynamics. So, if you follow me to Exhibit 1, we're going to discuss what is organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is the study of how people act in groups or organizations. Now, why do we study this? We study this to increase productivity of the company, ultimately increasing the company's profits, and to make sure our employees working here are satisfied with their jobs and where they work, because there's a correlation between quality workplace relationships and employee satisfaction. And we're also looking to attract and maintain top talent for the success of the whole organization. It's in the best interest of all the stakeholders of the organization in this instance. Moving on to exhibit number 2. Exhibit number 2, we discuss here diversity in organizations. Now, why is it important to have diversity in your organization? Because people come from all different types of backgrounds. They're going to have different opinions that can lead to different solutions for problems and greater innovations. We have creative minds from all different walks working on a different solution from different viewpoints. And for a person, it's going to expand their way of thinking to get around to be around different people in their different walks of life where they come from. Now we have 2 different levels of diversity. We have surface level diversity. This is going to be things such as race and gender, and age, and then we're going to have a deeper level of diversity, the second level, and these are going to be things such as religion and culture. Now we're gonna take a look over here on the Exhibit 3. Exhibit 3, we're going to speak about attitudes and job satisfaction. Now, what is job satisfaction? Job satisfaction is a measurement of how people feel about their jobs and the work that they do. How we measure job satisfactions, we do this by a few different variables. The value of their work, their co-workers, the ability for promotions or the ability to kind of climb the corporate ladder, if you will, and their pay, of course. Now, what are some different benefits of having employees with high job satisfaction? Well, their performance is going to increase. You're going to have greater customer satisfaction. You have definitely lower turnover rates in the organization. We all know that for companies to hire new talent or new people, it's very costly for them to send them through training and to get them on board with the company's mission and kind of how they operate. So we want to keep and maintain our employees that we have, and of course also looking for top talent. We're going to go over to Exhibit 4. Exhibit 4, we discuss emotions and moods. Now, what are the difference between emotions and moods? Emotions are caused by a specific event. They're usually short in nature, and we have a lot of these throughout the day. And we can identify these through facial expressions, such as what we see here. We have smiling, frowning, confused, worried, and sad. These emotions generally cause an action, so slamming the door, pulling your hair, screaming, stomping away. And then we have moods. Moods, now, they don't have a clear causation, or we can't clearly define them. Moods generally do not have facial expressions, and they're cognitive in nature. Emotions are critical to rational thought, and they help us understand the world around us. Now, with this exhibit, we need to understand something important called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive emotions in the self and others. Now, why is this important? It allows us to understand and make necessary adjustments to improve our relationships with our bosses, our co-workers, our clients, these type of things. Moving on to exhibit number 5. Exhibit number 5 is personality and values. So personality is the way people react to situations, and acts with others. So we have personality trait tests. When we use these to determine who's the best fit for what job, because sometimes the best fit isn't always the person who's qualified. So now we're going to speak about values. Values is beliefs that guide people in the decisions they make. In many cases, people cannot work a job that asks them to step outside their values. So for an example here, maybe if you are an environmentalist, you want to clean up the earth and make sure it's clean for generations to come. You're probably not going to do a really good job working for an oil company who's constantly polluting the oil, or I'm sorry, polluting the earth to dig up oil or to drill for oil. You're not going to be happy with that, and that's going to affect your job, your work, the quality of work that you do, in return affecting the organization as a whole. Moving on to Exhibit 6. Exhibit 6, we speak on perception and individual decision making. Now, perception is the way a person organizes the inputs around them to make sense of the world. Now, why is this important? Perception heavily impacts the decisions people make. Maybe it's even the awareness that a problem exists, and how a person will interpret the solutions to a problem. So as we see here in the exhibit, we have two guys looking at the same number. One guy perceives it to be a 6, and one guy perceives it to be a 9. This is kind of an example of how people perceive something is going to affect their decision. Now we're going to move on to Exhibit 7, motivation concepts. What is motivation? Motivations are actions that drive a person to achieve their ending goal. In this exhibit, we need to look at McClelland's theory of motivational needs. And in this, he says we have 3. We have the need for power, the need to make others behave in a way they would not have behaved otherwise. So this is kind of be like a leadership role. We have the need for achievement, the drive to excel and to accomplish something. And then we have the need for affiliation, the desire for friends, family, and close interpersonal relationships. Moving on to exhibit number 8. Exhibit number 8, we're going to talk about more motivational concepts, and how we motivate people. Now, something we have to understand here is money isn't the main motivator, at least not anymore. Different ways that people can be motivated from their place of employment is autonomy in their job. Are they doing meaningful work? Are they doing work that means something to them, that they think that they're contributing to the organization or to their community or changing the world as a whole? So these were the 8 different exhibits that I wanted to take you on today. Thank you for coming, and hope you learned something from this tour. Thank you.